Okay, so we're on the computer now, looking at some code. And if you go to my website, if you need a good reference, I will put a link to it. But this is how to use a TB6612 FNG motor driver with Arduino. And I just go through and explain connection by connection what you should be connecting to, which I did just now in the video too. And even better than that, I've actually built a robot using this chip before. This was ClusterBot, and this is a test run. Okay, this is a first test run of ClusterBot. Basic maneuvering, no sensors around. And I built this bot using the same exact chip. And actually the same exact motor driver and everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and steal this code, because I actually posted the code. I don't feel like rewriting it all, so I'm just going to steal it. Not stealing it, it's my own code, but ought to make things a little faster for me. But I am going to go through and explain to you guys exactly what each part of this code's doing. Briefly. And I'm going to take some of it out because I don't need all of it. Like I'm not going to define a standby pin because I'm just going to set it high. And I take this comment out. Okay, now these are the defines up here, define what pin we're using for what. And I said PWMA. It's going to be 10, PWMB 11, AN1 is pin 6, AN2 pin 7, BM1 pin 8, pin 9. Okay. Alright, and then all these pins, these are just setting up the different pins as outputs. Okay, now this main loop here is running a little test program. And what I did was I wrote like I don't need to start up because that's just setting standby high. I wrote some little subroutines here for like go forward, turn around, go backward, rotate left, rotate right, blah blah blah. So you know that. Like for go forward, you want to set AN, like I showed earlier, AM1 high, AN2 low, BM1 high, BN2 low. And if you see, I have PWMA 234 and 255. I noticed a difference in the output of the motors. You know, because I mean these are cheap little toy motors. So what I did was I calibrated them. Or tried to get them as close as I could, and I use those numbers here, which isn't really the most efficient way to calibrate. But anyway, I have a little subroutine for each one of these, go backward, go forward, veer right. Feel free to take a look at it at your leisure. Take out shut down, and I'll take out start up. Okay, and other than that, we look pretty good. I don't have that much space in here before I did this outside, so I think I'm just gonna. Okay, why is it not? So I'm just going to change these to like 2 seconds instead of 5.5. Let's see, I'll make this 2 seconds. Okay, I have no idea what exactly this is going to do. But I do want to go ahead and check and make sure it compiles. And if it compiles, it has a real good chance of working. Yeah, it compiles, and it actually compiles really small. And then let's see, we'll make sure we're on Nano with Atmega 328. Okay, let me go back to the camera and we'll hook this sucker up. Okay, so decided to make what we'll just call this a programming port instead of what it really is. And that ought to be good enough for here. Not really good enough. It's going to be a pain in the butt pulling it out of there. Go ahead and hook my motor up. All my connections are good now, I think. Or we'll find out because we're about to do a test run. Alright. Make sure you can go on the screen here. Let's see. COM 10. Let's upload. I better hold this little guy. Put this guy like this. Just in case it does work.
There we go.
Okay, stop for 2 seconds. And once I unplugged it, it's got to switch over to the, well, I think anyway. Huh. But it stopped working.
Do you have batteries in there?
I do. You can tell it's got power. It's on.
Alright.
Got 6 volts going in.
Maybe that's too much.
Oh, you know what the problem might be? I've got the 5-volt switch on. Reset this sucker. Okay. This is strange. You can go ahead and stop rolling. Okay, for now, what I did was I was using the input from the battery pack to VN, and I'm going to have to look it up, but I think VN goes to a voltage regulator.
That thing's loud.
And maybe the voltage regulator, yeah, it's loud, cheap motors. It could be that the voltage regulator needs more than 6 volts to run, which is very likely, actually. I thought VN would be okay, but maybe 6 volts isn't enough for VN. Alright, let's close this sucker up. And give her a test. It's very strange to see a box rolling around on the floor.
What would you do if you saw that and you had no idea what it was?
think we're actually slipping. We're slipping on this a little bit.
You may need to tighten those.
You see this little bump here? I think that's actually higher than this in my rear caster. So I'm going to need to adjust that.
Yeah, that may be slowing it down. You can hear kind of a dragging sound.
It's actually running a little faster now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you stop rolling. Okay, this is another test run. Definitely need some sensors, huh?